Hello, everyone. Teacher Orlis here. In today's discussion, we are going to talk about the teaching and learning approaches for the 21st century learners. This topic is about various approaches that we can do for the post millennials, or what we call the Gen Zers. So, the title of the discussion is Getting into the World of Gen Z. It's very important to understand that generation is important to know, particularly for our learners. Without understanding them, it will be very difficult to manage our classroom, whether that is traditional or online. Hence, most of the teachers are actually struggling in dealing with their students or learners because they don't understand the generation of their learners. It's very important and it is inevitable that you must get into their world. And hence, we need to know our skills as well, and we need to understand our capabilities in relation or in congruence with the skills and capabilities of the 21st century learners. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, the outline of this discussion will be, of course, assessment on participants' proximity to Gen Z. So, I'm going to ask you questions for you to know your proximity to your learners. This is very important because the closer you are, and then the more efficient, the more effective that you can be. And then, second, will be the concept of Gen Z and its teaching learning approaches. So, we have to understand fully what this generation is all about. And then, microactivity on YouTube and Powtoon and other online platforms that can be very effective to use for our learners. So, the question is, what is your proximity to Gen Z? Maybe some of you are hesitant or maybe afraid of knowing your proximity to your learners because when you probably find out that you are away, and then it will be a difficult situation for you to manage your class. And this is actually a reality check for each one of us. If you find out that you are close, then good for you. You can just enhance it. And if you find out that you are away from your learners, and then you have to do something about it. Otherwise, you will become less efficient, less effective, and less productive. Let's start. So the first question is, please answer it with yes or no. Okay? You can use your scratch paper and your ball pen just to write yes or no. First one, let me read to you. I have an active YouTube channel. Take note of the highlighted word. If it is not so active, and then you can say no because the point here is active. It is working. You keep on uploading your videos or your vlogs. Then I have an active Powtoons and other explainer video website accounts. For example, the Doodly account or the Video Robot account or the Byteable account that will include. Then I regularly upload videos or explainer videos to my YouTube channel. This is the one I was talking about a while ago about active YouTube video channel. So if you regularly upload, so yes or no. I use the uploaded videos and explainer videos, learning websites, and other edtech tools in my classes, whether that is traditional or online. I let my students do online research and ask them to share it in class. So this is part of task based for the students. I usually ask my students to submit pictures, videos, or infographics as part of their various activities. This one is another task for the students. I usually publish students' homework projects digitally, like in WhatsApp, Emo, Messenger, and other related applications. For example, in Facebook, if you upload them in LinkedIn, and in other platforms. For example, if they write, you can publish it in Blogger in Google. Next, I communicate with my students through WhatsApp, Emo, Messenger, or related applications after office or class hours as needs arise. So this one somewhat like an extra job for us using the technology to communicate with our learners. And I regularly send explainer videos to my students through WhatsApp and related applications for review, collaborative work, and other academic purposes. Instead of regularly restraining my students on cell phone usage in class, I set rules in the first week and schedule activities where mobile phone is one of the EdTech tools for classroom teaching learning process. So I believe that some of you are totally not allowing the students to use their mobile phone. So this one is different. You are trying to make somewhat like a condition for the cell phone usage in your class. Most likely because you want it to be used for EdTech tools for classroom teaching and learning. Okay, now how many yes have you got or yeses and how many no's? So if you got 10 yes and then you are so close, you are right on the target. All right? So you are inventors. And number 9, if you have 9 yeses, you are innovators. Innovators in a way that you create your own but not complete in a way. Then 8, you are contributors. So again, you create partly, meaning your original work, and most of the time you use the work of other creators or inventors from YouTube and from other platforms. 7, triers. You try, but still somehow less and limited. Then, regulators. This one, meaning these kinds of teachers, are actually just following what is given in the curriculum, what is given in the syllabus, for example, and they are not trying to make expansion, meaning to use outside from that syllabus. This one is somewhat like doing the strict following of the institution's given tools, given materials, given activities. So there are no somewhat like explorations, there are no expansions. And 5 to 1, down to 1, that will be traditionalist. So what are you doing? That's my question to you. If you are traditionalist, huh? Why? That's a question. Because right now we are dealing with 21st century learners, and if you are still a traditionalist, then you need to make a realization. You need to, if I can say, wake up from what you are doing because you're not actually helping the students. You are not actually helping the learners. Remember, they are in the 21st. You are in the 21st century. Okay, now let's try to look at each generation. So you can also check your generation and try to compare it with our current generation of students. So in my case, I am in Generation X. I am a latchkey into MTV, phone, and hip hop. Now, some teachers or most of the teachers, they are in their ages 21 to 35, so Generation Y. So they can mostly relate with our Generation C because they are closer, as you can see in the position of our generations there. So Generation X is quite farther, And particularly the baby boomers, those teachers were about to retire. Sorry to say this, but you are somehow away from our learners. Hence, this particular generation of teachers must do something to make themselves closer to Generation Z. And remember, we have the Generation Alpha. This will be the students who are still in their elementary level. So we need to take that into consideration because they are far more advanced compared to the Generation Z because they were born with the technology. Now, the future workforce. So facts about iGen or the Generation Z. So let me show you 5 reasons why explainer videos are ideal for teaching Generation Z. 70% of Gen Z students agree that technology helps them learn. So you can see there, 92% are online on a daily basis. Their 8-second attention span needs a simple and fast message like using the explainer videos. 2 to 4 hours of video content consumed a day. Can you imagine this data? And 10 plus hours of tech use a day. Hence, this is the point of using the innovative approaches in teaching and learning. And also here, another reality about Gen Z. Generation Z was born to share. That's why we have now the sharing. If you can see in Facebook, right? Share. If you can see in YouTube, share, etc. In almost all platforms, you can see the button there, share. Click and share. You always hear that, right? Click and share. Then Generation Z will research everything because of the Google, or they said before we call it research, now we say they call it Google it, not research it. Then Z's need high octane engagement, and then C's are visual creatures, so visual. So mostly they are online. Now, according to Barnes and Noble study, so you can see here, how does Gen Z learn? 51% of them by doing, working through examples, by seeing, reading, and by listening. So classroom lecture. So high percentage is basically by doing. So this is more of constructivism. When asked what teachers could do to make learning more fun, and they said the use of technology. And that is the, the idea of the Gen Z. Same thing here. So the future of EdTech is now. So website with study materials, can you imagine? 64%. DVD is 50% and that's already old. Smart boards, digital textbooks, 46%. Online videos, 45%. Learning websites, 42%. So if you combine online videos, learning websites, and then the websites with study materials, that's too high for your students to learn when you are into it. And look at this one, the helpfulness. I try to highlight the two important things there. DIY, do-it-yourself learning, 81%. That's too high. Online videos, YouTube, 80%. Smartboard is 84%, but not all the academic institutions have the smartboard. But do-it-yourself learning is available because it's up to you. And online videos are readily accessible, but not the smartboard. That's why I did not highlight that one. But those I highlighted, they are really high as compared to others, textbook, as compared to DVD movie. And there's another one that is high there. I mean, two, website with study materials, that is part of actually online videos, and then digital textbook or ebook. But I said it will be very expensive as compared to do it yourself, as compared to the website with the materials and online videos. Now we have this one, educating a new generation of students. So clearly you can see they are totally different from the previous generations because, like what I said a while ago, they are into technology. And of course, they like to see the learning within their grasp, that they can probably edit it, they can share it, and then they can innovate it. That's why, according to CMO Adobe Research, 79% of generations say consumers display symptoms of emotional distress when kept away from their personal electronic devices. Just like what I told you, they are into it. Within their proximity, they want to engage in online learning and not just totally looking at it. They want to be part of it, and they want to edit it as much as possible. And how to teach Gen Z? So embrace personal devices, personalize their learning. So we have so many platforms there, like the ClassKick example. You ask them to do their own vlogging by teaching them how to use the OBS, the Open Broadcaster software, the Screencast-O-Matic, if you want to, and other platforms where they can personalize their learning. Then conduct office hours online. So since WhatsApp, Messenger, IMO are available, so we can communicate with them and publish assignments digitally. This is actually a pride on their part when they see their work published online. So one good thing here is the Google Blog, right? There is an application when you open your Gmail. You can just go to the apps and see there the blog. If that is writing, then you can publish it there. If it is a video output of the students, and then YouTube is available and Facebook. Now, making innovative changes. So, how can we get into their realm, into the reality? So, start your own channel, definitely. YouTube channel. This can help you manage your video uploads for sharing convenience. Instead that your video is just in your external hard drive or external saving device, it's better to put it online so that you're not only helping your students but also other 21st century learners that are searching for the same topic. And also, of course, you create your account. Let's say Powtoon, they have the free account but limited time, of course. Or you can just buy the, the application. We have also the Byteable, the Doodly, the Video Robot. Right now, I'm using Byteable for the free account, and I'm using Video Robot. I bought it actually for $63, and I can make my own videos using that AI technology. And definitely, you can use other ways, innovative ways, to get into the world of your students. Now, like this one, I have my own YouTube channel, right? This one, you can see I have my videos there. So you can see my account. The channel is changed now into Teacher Orly. So I started with the Powtoon. Right now, I have different videos from different platforms like Byteable. Because Powtoon, I can no longer access my account. I don't know what happened. So I looked for other ways to make the videos, and I found the Byteable free account, and then I bought the Video Robot. And you can see I have so many videos there. And from 29 subscribers, now my subscribers went up to 150 plus. I hope it will increase in the future so that I can help others learn, because I believe learning matters. So these are some of my videos that I share to my students because we have the same topics. Actually, the one I'm doing is relevant to what we teach in the institution. And also, during our free time, I communicate with my students. For example, in my reading and writing class, so I communicate with them. I share the videos from YouTube, not my video, other videos, and I also share my own videos, of course. Like this one, my own videos. The first one is the IELTS speaking test example from YouTube. and this one my own videos that are related with their topics. Same thing here. I communicate with them. When they ask, teacher, tomorrow listening or oral, then I answer, we will continue the oral. So this one is a good thing for them to always get in touch with you. They like to keep in touch with their teachers because based on the data, they always use their mobile phone. They're always online. So same thing, if I want to share the important innovation right away instead of sending it to Gmail, this one is the fastest way to inform them, particularly in their exams. Okay, and also you can do somehow a tutorial when they ask questions and you can answer. So I answer it like very, what it goes one, very specific, and it is somewhat like broad in a way as if I am doing the online teaching. Same thing. And the students do appreciate. Look at their emos and their replies. They do appreciate if you reply to them. Okay, so these are the examples whether female students or male students, they will communicate with you because they love to learn. Gen Z learners are like that. They are eager to learn as long as it's so accessible to them. So, what is the generalization or realization about this topic? It will be very difficult for you to pull your students towards your generation. They cannot be learning the generation X or the generation Y. It is somehow not realistic. It is not attainable. And it is not reliable in a way. Why not do it the other way, right? You have to get into their world, your own world, be with them, learn what they know. And in this way, you can have a harmonious relationship in class. By knowing and understanding your learners is the way you can teach them efficiently and effectively. And for your question, you can just type in your questions in the comment section below. And then once you have the questions, I'm going to answer them. So thank you for watching this video. And as you all know, learning matters.